Have you ever noticed how school stops feeling like learning and starts feeling like survival? Like every grade is a verdict. Every test is a judgment. Every mistake feels like a warning sign that you're already falling behind. For so many teens today, school isn't just hard, it's heavy. Assignments, projects, deadlines, all stacked on top of college applications, parental expectations, and that voice in your head whispering, "If you mess this up, your whole life is over." But here's the truth. That voice is lying. Studies show that most high school students report significant stress from schoolwork. In fact, teens often rate their stress higher than adults do. Many describe chronic headaches, burnout, and even insomnia, all linked to academic pressure. One survey by the American Psychological Association found that 83% of teens said school was a significant or somewhat significant source of stress. 83%. So, when you see someone crying quietly in the library or staring blankly at their screen at 2 a.m., they're not being dramatic. They're drowning. And the saddest part? Most of them think that's just what trying your best looks like. But it's not. Because this kind of stress, the constant "you must achieve," doesn't build you. It breaks you slowly. It's not just a test score. It's your peace, your identity, your sleep, all being graded every day. And no one teaches you how to stop the noise. This is more than a school problem. It's a culture problem. Have you ever wondered when learning turned into performance? When curiosity became competition? It's like somewhere along the way, school stopped being about growth and became a scoreboard. And here's the thing. It's not your fault. You were just born into a world already obsessed with achievement. From the time we could walk, we were told, "Do well so you can get into a good school." Then, "Get into a good school so you can get a good job." And now, "Get a good job so you don't disappoint anyone." It's this invisible chain, one we didn't choose, but we all carry. Every day, you scroll through people posting their acceptance letters, perfect grades, and new internships. You see it enough times, and you start believing that your worth depends on how impressive you look. But nobody posts the crying at 3 a.m. Nobody posts the panic attacks before exams. Nobody posts the breakdown in the shower after pretending everything's fine. We grow up in a culture that equates achievement with identity. Parents, teachers don't mean harm. They just pass down the anxiety they once carried. The "do well or you will fail" mindset is an inherited fear, a generational echo. And what makes it worse? The world outside keeps changing faster than our dreams can keep up. The job market is unstable. College debt's rising. AI is reshaping everything. So even when we do everything right, there's still no guarantee it'll be enough. That's the real cruelty. You're doing your best in a system that keeps moving the goalpost. And then comes the comparison. Not just grades, but lives. Who's smarter? Who's faster? Who got accepted? Who's falling behind? It's a never-ending race with no finish line. And the truth is, your brain was never built for this. It's not laziness. It's an overload. Your mind isn't weak, it's tired. Because it's been running on expectations that never stop. So, no, you're not broken for feeling burnt out. You're reacting like any human would in a world that forgot how to breathe. But the good news? You can take your power back. Not by running faster, but by stepping out of the race. All right, you've been carrying too much for too long, and it's time to take some of that weight off your chest, piece by piece. Because peace doesn't come from escaping the pressure. It comes from learning how to live differently inside it. So, here's where we start. Step 1. Reframe success. You're not a test score. You're not a number on a sheet. You're a person who's learning. Start measuring your days by effort and curiosity. not perfection. Ask yourself, what did I understand today? Not, did I get it all right? That simple shift rebuilds your mind from punishment to progress. Step 2. Shrink the mountain. The future looks impossible when you stare at it all at once. So don't. Take your biggest goal and break it down into tiny, weekly micro-goals. Because small wins beat mental spirals every single time. Finish one page, not the whole book. Pass one quiz, not conquer the semester. You'll feel the difference. It's momentum, not pressure. Step 3. Build a real schedule that includes rest. Not the fake kind where you scroll TikTok between breakdowns, but real, restorative breaks. Try this rhythm: 50 minutes study, 10 minutes break. After every 3 sessions, step outside. Touch sunlight. Move your body. Sleep isn't optional. It's mental maintenance. You wouldn't run your phone at 1% battery all day. So why treat your mind that way? Step 4. Talk it out. You don't have to face this alone. Counselors, mentors, even a teacher you trust. They've seen what burnout looks like, and they know it's fixable. Ask questions. Share fears. Let someone remind you that your story is still unfolding, and there's more than one road to meaning. College, gap year, trade, business, creative path, all valid, all humans. Step 5. Practice good enough. This one's hard, especially if you're a perfectionist. But start intentionally letting go of small, safe things. Maybe it's a school project that doesn't need to be flawless. Maybe it's submitting something before it feels ready. Because good enough isn't lowering standards, it's raising compassion. And compassion is what makes sustainability possible. Remember this, you're not supposed to have your whole future figured out at 17. You're supposed to live your way into the answers. Slowly, imperfectly, but alive. One day, I hope the next generation grows up in a world where grades don't decide their worth, where the word failure doesn't mean you're done, it just means you're learning. Because if we're being honest, our generation learned this lesson the hard way. We grew up believing success was a straight line: study hard, get the job, be happy. But nobody told us about the burnout, the panic attacks, the sleepless nights of wondering if we'd ever be enough. Nobody told us that chasing perfection can quietly destroy your joy. That's why the next generation deserves something different. We need to teach curiosity over credentials. To remind kids that learning isn't about outperforming others, it's about understanding yourself. That it's okay to take detours, to fail, to start over. Because success isn't speed, it's sustainability. We should raise children who ask, how can I contribute? Not just, how can I compete? Because the truth is, when society stops measuring people by test scores and GPAs, stress drops, creativity grows, and the world becomes a kinder place to learn in. So, if you're a teen watching this right now and you feel behind, please remember, you're not late. You're just early in your story. Your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's to be meaningful. Your worth was never supposed to be earned. It was always there. You just forgot to look at it through your own eyes. So maybe the next generation won't need to unlearn the same lies we did. Maybe they'll grow up knowing that being human is already an achievement. If you're tired of pretending that grades define you, drop your thought in the comments. Because peace of mind means perfect scores, always. And in the next episode, we'll talk about something that's quietly destroying focus, motivation, and even mental health. The midnight trap: how sleep loss and screens steal your energy and your mind. Set your reminder, because this one might just change the way you see your nights forever.